What is going on, guys? PowerGPU here. Today we're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison on Destiny 2, the beta, Xbox One S versus PS4 Pro. Now, as far as performance goes, they both ran perfect. I didn't have any frame rate drops while playing the Strike or playing PvP. They both played perfect. One other thing too I'd like to do in this video is kind of give my thoughts on the beta itself, how I enjoyed it, what class I preferred, and just an overall, thoughts on the beta itself. So starting here, as you can see, on the left hand side we have the Xbox One S, and on the right hand side we have the PS4 Pro. Now, right at the bat, you actually kind of notice the colors, the saturation, the contrast. The PS4 Pro definitely looks better. And like I said, once again, performance-wise, they both are pretty equal. No FPS drop on both of them. They were both locked at 30. And to be honest with you, Destiny 2 beta was pretty smooth. To me, it actually felt like it was a little bit more than 30 compared to Destiny 1. Not sure if that's based off the type of servers we're playing off, if there were better servers, or we don't know. I'm not sure when it comes to the performance portion of it, but it did run extremely well. So yeah, like I was saying, you do notice colors. Like if you look at the hand cannon here, you can see the red is more vivid on the PS4 on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side, the Xbox One S, the colors are not as vivid as well. One thing too to notice too is you notice the reds are as well just more vivid overall. Again, contrast between the sky, between the weapons themselves, the walls, just everything overall. It looked really good. And like I said, both ran very well, very smooth, going in and out of the menu, from the PSN or the PS4 menu and the Xbox One menu. It was great. So, moving on to how I enjoyed the beta itself. Destiny 2, the beta, which keep in mind, guys, I'm going to keep repeating this and I'm going to keep saying beta. We need to understand that this was a beta. Stuff will change. A lot of stuff will change. I saw all over Twitter, I saw all over Reddit, I saw in a lot of YouTube videos complaining after complaining after complaining. Yes, some stuff needs to change. Yes, some stuff needs to be fixed. Of course, the Infinite Super, which I was watching Lucky and Butt Wipe stream, and of course they were roaming around the Inverted Spire with unlimited supers, which again is fine. That will be fixed. That's not a big deal. As far as connections, I personally had a great experience with connections. It really didn't kick me out, actually. I think the only time that it kicked me out was twice in total, which was with the day that Cosmo posted on Twitter stating, expect some connection issues. So that was normal. I mean, they said it was expect connection issues, and we did, of course. But that was fine. And again, this was a beta. One thing I did see all over Reddit and Twitter as well is that people were saying they weren't sure what servers we were playing on. Some people were saying that we were still playing on Destiny 1 servers, so the tick rate was still the same as Destiny 1. And of course, we have no proof, we have no confirmation for that. So if that was the case, to me, Destiny 2 feels like a massive improvement, because I wasn't experiencing the same thing that happened in Destiny 1 when it comes to dying around the wall in PvP. It did happen, just not as much, nowhere near as much. As far as the PvP aspect of the game, I loved the PvP for Destiny 2. Now, I used to be an advocate when it comes to playing Overwatch. I used to play a ton of Overwatch. Season 1, I used to play a lot of rank. I ended up getting to like 63, something like that, rank 61, 63, around there for Season 1. So I played a ton of Overwatch Season 1. And one thing I've always said about Overwatch that I like is that it's all about team play. And that's what I really, really enjoyed about Destiny 2. I noticed that a lot of the players, or a lot of the viewers that I was playing with throughout the week from Tuesday to Monday, is that everything is based off efficiency. It's no longer based off KD, which is great. That's the same thing how Overwatch is. So the minute you put in some damage into a player and somebody else finishes the kill for you, you still get the kill for it. So at the end of the game, of course, it shows your efficiency. And to me, that just shows how good of a team player you are. So if you're doing a lot of team shotting, your team's going to win. If you're organizing together, your team's going to win. If you run off and try to do all this solo stuff like you used to be able to do in Destiny 1, it is not going to work at all. I even feel like if you see two people across from you and they see you and they start shooting you, don't even try to engage. There's 0 point to engage the other two players. I feel like there's even some sort of buff for if you're team shotting, because I have seen people melt so fast, or myself, I have seen it where I run around the corner, there's two there, and it feels like they've one-shot me with the Nurgle or with a hand cannon or something, because it just feels like the team shot play in this game is just insane, and it's great. Like I said, it's a great thing. Now, of course, some people complain about it. They want to feel like gods. They want to feel like they could take on the whole entire team and destroy, and you still can. I mean, it happens, just not as often. So to me, that's why if you take out the whole team and let's say in quick play, and let's say your whole team is down, you go out, you get a power weapon, you have a shotgun or a fusion rifle, and you take out the whole team and then you go defuse, people were going nuts over that stuff, especially on stream. So the hype has changed. Before, if you were to do that in quick play or in trials, get a wrecking ball in trials for that round and then, you know, revive your teammates. Yeah, it was cool. It was, you know, it was fun. But it wasn't as impressive. So wrecking balls are probably not going to be as common. So like in Destiny 1 and Trials, I have 601 wrecking balls. I play Trials quite a bit, just not as much as other streamers or other players. So that is probably going to get reduced down a lot. Especially that Trials, rumor has it, is going to be 4v4, which they did say all PvP matches are going to be 4v4. So if that's the case, having a wrecking ball in one round is going to be extremely difficult in Destiny 2. Again, which is a good thing. Now, the beta itself, comparing the comp versus the quick play was very interesting. I did notice solo queuing was extremely tough. Now, the same goes for Overwatch, since it is a team-based game, which Destiny 2 is going that route. It definitely makes it harder. One thing that I would advise, and this is, again, my opinion, and this is what I tried, the best thing to do if you do solo queue is, unfortunately, you're going to have to babysit your teammates. And what I mean by that is, if you're solo queuing, just follow one player, follow two players, just follow where the team is going. If all three go left or all three go right, just follow them. Try not to separate from the other teammates, because once you do, again, if you get into an engagement where it's a 1v2, you're going to die. It's extremely hard to outgun two players in this game head on. Unless you have a shotgun, unless you have a fusion rifle, it's a little bit different. So PvP-wise, that's very interesting, and I do enjoy that. As far as my favorite class in the beta, so I mained a Warlock in Destiny 1. And when I say main, I mean I had all three characters. I played all three characters. I put in 8 days in the Titan and the Hunter in PvP, and I put 14 days into the Warlock, so I doubled the days in the Warlock. So that's where I say I mained the Warlock the most. And I enjoyed the Voidwalker Warlock in Destiny 1. Now in Destiny 2, my first character I created was the Warlock, and I did enjoy it. I just wasn't a big fan of the movement of the jump, pretty much of it. I did the Hunter as well, and the Hunter is very agile. It is definitely a player getting used to, and to me, that is probably the most agile character in this game. One thing I did fall in love with, though, when I started a Titan was there's still Titan skating on the Titan, which is really nice. And the supers for the Titan, to me, were by far the best. Hunter, Golden Gun, ran out extremely fast. So anytime I would hear someone pop it, I would literally just hide, and they would be out within seconds. It was pretty quick. The Hunter, the pole dancer, the minute you hear that pop, you literally just run away, and they can't get to you. So you could evade that easily as well. The Warlock Dawn Blade was a little bit different. If a Dawn Blade was a hit or miss. Some people would love it. Some people would hate it. Some people were terrible at it. Some people were extremely good at it. So it's one of those supers that it's kind of like in the middle, I would say. That's where the Titan, to me, felt like it was the easiest. So the Sentinel was, you know, you had to get used to it. I heard when I first started playing it, a lot of people were saying that they hated the Titan Sentinel super. But then I showed some people, no, it's actually pretty good. I tried it, I used it, and I'd get triple kills or this and that, whatever, and it was fun. But where the true super came into play was the Havoc, that roaming Havoc. The first initial burst, I've seen people get a quad, I've seen people get a triple, and it's really nice to get a Havoc off and just go around as a roaming Havoc, and it lasts forever. I mean, that thing lasts for a long time, which was awesome. As you can see here in the footage, it's just such a good super when it comes to DPS, to killing the enemies. It was extremely well. So to me personally, I might main a Titan in Destiny 2 to begin with, and then move on to the other characters, which I normally do Warlock. But hey, I enjoyed the Titan. Weapon-wise, obviously everyone was using the Nurgle. Unfortunately, I never got the Nurgle on my Titan, so I didn't use it that much. So I was kind of, a lot of times I was getting out primaried, just because when that would come into play, it was extremely hard to shoot a Nurgle. The thing was fast. The pulse rifle was just insane. But we'll see. Everything's gonna change once the game comes out. It's definitely gonna be a different game. So guys, that's pretty much my input, my 2 cents of the game, the comparison from the Xbox One S to the PS4 Pro. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button, as that helps out tremendously. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you hit that subscribe button, turn on notification, the little bell right next to it. That just gives you the notification once I post a new video. And I have a lot of content to come, especially when it comes to PC building, and especially when it comes to Destiny 2 on PC. I'm going to be doing a ton of footage for the beta when that comes out this August. So, I'll leave you to it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of the night. Wherever you are in the world watching this video, thank you again. Much appreciated. Much love. Have a good one, Guardians.